Ever feel like meetings are just black holes for time? You walk out with vague memories and a to-do list scribbled on a napkin. You're not alone. Today we're taking a deep dive into a project that uses AI to transform messy meeting transcripts into concise summaries and actionable tasks.
Precisely. Imagine this AI assistant that sifts through all the noise. It highlights those key decisions and even assigns tasks with deadlines. That's the power of modular agent design. And that's what we're going to explore today.
Okay, so the source material. It walks us through this project using AIGNE. It's a platform for building no-code AI agents. And they're using it to create this meeting summarizer. It uses 3 different AI agents that work together, kind of like a team effort.
Absolutely. And this highlights the concept of modular agent design. Think of it like an assembly line. Each agent has a specific job, making the system more efficient and manageable.
So the first agent is the transcript processor. It cleans up the raw meeting transcript, removes all those timestamps and corrects errors, like having a personal assistant prep the transcript before you even see it.
What's really fascinating here is how the output of this agent, it becomes the input for the next one. It shows the flow of information and how these agents communicate. Each agent has a role, clearly defined, with specific inputs and outputs, creating a streamlined process.
Right, so then that cleaned up transcript goes to the summarizer and action item extractor. This one really earns its name. It creates a concise summary of the key points, and then it extracts the important action items. And it even formats them nicely. You know, who's responsible when things are due.
Yeah, this is where you start to see the real-world impact. Think about all those hours wasted, sifting through meeting notes, trying to figure out who's doing what and when. This agent could change all of that.
And finally, we have the meeting interface agent. This is the one that you actually interact with directly. It takes that raw transcript, feeds it to the other agents behind the scenes, then gives you that beautifully organized summary and action items.
Yeah, this entry agent concept simplifies things. You're interacting with a single point. But behind the scenes, there's this network of agents working to deliver the information you need. Now the source material. It doesn't stop at explaining how these agents work. It also dives into some key takeaways and best practices for building these agent systems. And this is where things get really interesting.
Okay, so let's unpack those takeaways. They seem to emphasize clear roles for each agent and well-defined inputs and outputs, and those super specific prompts that tell the AI exactly what to do.
Right. And it also talks about handling those edge cases, like what happens if an action item, it doesn't have a deadline, or a person responsible. Thinking ahead about those details makes the system much more robust and reliable.
So it's not just about making the AI work. It's about making it work well, even when things get a little messy. I like that. It's practical.
Exactly. The source material really emphasizes careful planning and design when building these agent systems. It really is. Building a system like this, it's not just about throwing AI at a problem. It's about thinking strategically about how these agents work together to achieve a specific goal.
Right. And the source material goes beyond just the technical how-to. It actually dives into the bigger picture of why this approach is so powerful.
Exactly. And one of the key takeaways is this modular agent design as a core principle.
Okay, remind me again why that's so important. It sounds kind of techy.
Well, it is a technical concept, but it has huge implications. Essentially, it means breaking down a complex task, like summarizing a meeting, into smaller, more manageable pieces. Each agent specializes in just one of those pieces.
So it's like a divide and conquer strategy for AI.
Exactly. And this has some really cool benefits. First, it makes the system much easier to build and maintain if something goes wrong. You can isolate the problem to a specific agent instead of having to debug the whole thing.
Well, that makes sense. It's like having a team of specialists instead of one person trying to do everything.
Precisely. And this modularity also makes the system more adaptable. You can easily swap out agents or add new ones as your needs change.
So it's future-proof in a way. You can keep evolving the system without having to start from scratch every time.
Exactly. And the source material really emphasizes this flexibility as a major advantage of modular agent design.
Okay, so modularity is key. What else does the source material highlight as a best practice?
Well, it goes hand in hand with modularity, but the source also stresses the importance of clear roles for each agent.
Right, so it's not enough to just break the task down. You have to make sure each agent knows exactly what it's supposed to do.
Exactly. You need to define the inputs, the outputs, the overall purpose of each agent. Think of it like giving each agent a job description.
I like that analogy. It helps to think of these AI agents as part of a team, each with its own area of expertise.
Right, and the source material even talks about how important this clarity is for communication within the system. If everyone knows their role, the agents can communicate and collaborate more effectively.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't want your AI agents stepping on each other's toes or
Hmm.
sending mixed messages.
Exactly. This clear communication also makes the system easier for humans to understand and manage.
Okay, so we've got modularity and clear roles. What else does the source material suggest for building a successful agent system?
Well, it also emphasizes the importance of data flow and agent communication as a design principle.
That sounds pretty technical. Break it down for me.
Sure. Essentially, it's about ensuring that information flows smoothly. Between the agents, you need to define how each agent receives its input, what kind of processing it does, and what output it produces.
So it's like creating a pipeline for information to flow through the system.
Exactly. And this clear data flow makes it easier to track what's happening within the system and to identify any bottlenecks or errors.
Right. It's not just about getting the AI to do something. It's about understanding how it's doing it and making sure it's doing it efficiently.
Precisely. And the source material even suggests using visual diagrams to map out the data flow between agents. This helps to ensure that everyone, both humans and AI, is on the same page.
It's a great tip. It's always helpful to have a visual representation, especially when you're dealing with complex systems.
Exactly. And this brings us to another key takeaway from the source material: orchestration.
Okay? Orchestration. That sounds a bit more like music than AI.
It's a good analogy, actually.
Yeah.
Just like an orchestra needs a conductor to coordinate all the musicians, an agent system needs something to manage the overall workflow.
So it's about making sure all the agents are working together in harmony and towards the same goal.
Exactly. The source material refers to this as the entry agent. It's the agent that you interact with directly, and it's responsible for calling the other agents in the right sequence, passing data between them, and presenting the final output.
So it's like the mastermind behind the whole operation.
Precisely. The entry agent is the glue that holds the entire system together.
Okay, so you've got modular design, clear roles, data flow, and orchestration. Are we missing anything?
Well, there's one more crucial element that the source material highlights: variable passing.
Now, this sounds technical. I'm guessing it has something to do with how information is shared between agents.
You're right. Variable passing is how data gets transferred between agents. Think of it like a relay race, where each runner carries a baton. In this case, the baton is a piece of data, and the runners are the agents.
So one agent processes the data
Mhm.
and then passes it off to the next agent in the sequence.
Exactly. These variables are like containers that hold the information as it moves through the system. And this careful handling of data is crucial for ensuring the accuracy and reliability of the entire process.
That makes sense. You don't want any data getting lost or corrupted along the way.
Exactly. And this brings us to another important aspect of agent system design: prompt engineering.
Now, this is where it gets interesting for me. Prompts are how we communicate with the AI, right? It's how we tell it what to do.
Exactly. And prompt engineering is the art of crafting those prompts in a way that elicits the best possible output from the AI.
So it's not just about telling the AI what to do. It's about telling it in a way that it understands and can act upon effectively.
Precisely. The source material emphasizes the importance of clarity and specificity when writing prompts. You need to be very clear about what you want the AI to do and avoid any ambiguity.
Otherwise, you might get some unexpected results
Yeah.
or even undesirable results.
Exactly. And to ensure clarity, the source material suggests breaking down complex tasks into smaller, more manageable steps within the prompt.
So it's like giving the AI a step-by-step guide instead of just a vague command.
Right. This helps to ensure that the AI understands exactly what it's supposed to do at each stage of the process.
Okay, so clarity and task decomposition are important. What else do we need to keep in mind when writing prompts?
Well, the source material also highlights the importance of providing contextual information to the AI.
So it's not just about telling the AI what to do. It's also about giving it some background information so it understands the context of the task.
Exactly. For example, if you're asking an AI agent to summarize a meeting, you might want to tell it the purpose of the meeting, the roles of the participants, or any relevant background information.
That makes sense. It's like giving the AI the same information that a human would have before attending the meeting.
Right. This contextual information helps the AI to make more informed decisions and produce more accurate results.
So it's about giving the AI the tools it needs to do its job well.
Precisely. And along with providing context, the source material also stresses the importance of output formatting when writing prompts.
Now, this sounds like it's about making the AI's output more user-friendly.
Exactly. You need to be clear about how you want the AI to present its findings. Do you want a bulleted list, a paragraph summary, a table of data.
Right, it's not just about getting the right information. It's about presenting it in a way that's easy for humans to understand and use.
Precisely. And the source material even suggests providing examples of the desired output format in the prompt itself.
So you're essentially showing the AI what you expect it to produce.
Exactly. This helps to ensure that the AI's output is not only accurate, but also meets your specific needs.
Okay, so we've got clarity, task decomposition, context, and output formatting. What else do we need to consider when writing prompts?
Well, the source material also emphasizes the importance of handling edge cases.
Okay, edge cases. Remind me what those are again.
Edge cases are those unusual or unexpected scenarios that can trip up an AI system.
For example, what happens if an action item in a meeting transcript is missing a deadline or a responsible person?
Exactly. Those are perfect examples of edge cases. And the source material stresses the importance of thinking about these scenarios in advance and providing instructions for how the AI should handle them.
So it's about making the AI system more robust and able to handle real-world situations where the data might not be perfect.
Precisely. And the source material even provides some specific tips for handling edge cases, such as providing default values for missing information or flagging incomplete data for human review.
Okay, so we've covered modular design, clear roles, data flow, orchestration, variable passing, and prompt engineering. That's a lot to digest, but I feel like we're getting a really good grasp of how to build an effective AI agent system.
We are, and all these takeaways from the source material point to a key principle that underpins successful AI development, thoughtful planning and design.
Right. It's not just about throwing AI at a problem. It's about understanding the problem, breaking it down, and designing a system that can solve it effectively.
Exactly. And the more thought you put into the design of your agent system, the more likely you are to create a system that's robust, reliable, and truly helpful.
I like that. It's about making AI that's not just clever, but actually useful in the real world.
Precisely. And speaking of real-world usefulness, the source material also highlights the importance of the entry agent as user interface.
Right, this is where the AI system meets the human user.
Exactly. The entry agent, as we discussed earlier, is responsible for orchestrating the entire process, but it also acts as the primary interface for the user.
So it's the agent that receives the user's input, feeds it to the other agents, and then presents the result back to the user.
Exactly. And the source material emphasizes the importance of designing the entry agent in a way that's intuitive and easy to use.
It's all about making the AI system accessible to people who might not have technical expertise.
Precisely. And this user-centric design is crucial for ensuring that these AI systems are actually adopted and used in the real world.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this episode. We've explored the key principles and best practices for building effective AI agent systems.
And we've seen how these principles can be applied to create systems that can summarize meetings, analyze data, and even assist with research.
It's clear that these AI agents have the potential to revolutionize the way we work and learn.
Absolutely. And as these technologies continue to evolve, we can only expect even more exciting applications to emerge.
Yeah, it really is mind-blowing to think about all the possibilities. We've talked a lot about the technical side, building these AI agent systems. But I'm curious about the bigger picture. How do you see this technology changing the way we work in the future?
That's a great question. Honestly, I think we're just scratching the surface. Imagine a world where these intelligent agents are seamlessly integrated into our daily workflows. They could help us manage our calendars, prioritize tasks, even draft emails and reports.
So it's not just about automating those tedious, repetitive tasks. It's about having an AI partner that can help us be more strategic and efficient with our time and energy.
Exactly. These agents, they could analyze our work patterns, identify areas where we're getting bogged down, and suggest ways to streamline our processes.
That's a game changer. It's like having a personal productivity coach, but powered by AI and constantly learning and adapting to our needs.
Right. And think about the impact on teamwork. Imagine AI agents facilitating meetings, ensuring that everyone stays on topic, capturing action items, and even identifying potential conflicts or misunderstandings before they escalate.
That'd be incredible. It would free up so much mental space to focus on the creative, strategic aspects of our work.
Exactly. And the source material touches on this as well. It highlights how AI agents can help create more efficient and productive meetings by taking care of all those administrative tasks that bog us down.
So it's not about replacing human interaction. It's about augmenting it and making those interactions
Or meaningful.
and productive.
Precisely. And this brings us to one of the most exciting aspects of this technology. It's not just for big companies
Right.
or tech-savvy individuals. Thanks to platforms like AIGNE, anyone can start building and using these agent systems.
That's really empowering. It means that the power of AI is becoming more accessible and democratized.
Exactly. And that's why I'm so optimistic about the future of this technology. It has the potential to empower individuals, teams, even entire organizations to work smarter, not harder.
I love that. It's not about replacing humans with robots. It's about creating a future where humans and AI can work together to achieve amazing things.
Absolutely. And I think the key takeaway from this entire deep dive is this. AI isn't something to be feared. It's a tool that can be used to enhance our abilities, streamline our workflows, and create a more productive and fulfilling work experience.
That's a great point to end on. So to our listener, if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information and tasks you face each day, take heart. The future of work might be a lot more manageable and even enjoyable thanks to the power of AI.
And as these technologies continue to evolve, stay curious, stay informed, and be ready to embrace the exciting possibilities that lie ahead.
Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.